Southland Video here, bringing you my review on the Classic Accessories float tube. Now, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you've seen this tube attached to the front of my pontoon. Well, I'm going to take you through it, let you know the pros, the cons, the goods, the bads, and let you see it in action, and see if it's something like maybe you want to get into or purchase. But here, I'll let him explain. Up here is pretty much a storage area for the float tube. I've just got a milk crate in there and a bucket, my paddle, my net, and a tarp because we're supposed to have a storm today in case we get caught out. But to take it off, like I said, it's fairly simple. You just unscrew right here, about that far. We'll try to do this so you can see. Basically, slip that over like that, and that's it for that side. Then you just come over here, unscrew this one. Pardon the screeching. This thing goes in the water slot, and then that's it. That rope is what I've got the pontoon anchored with, so hung on it. That's it. That's the float tube. Now, it inflates with these just like the pontoon. You can unscrew this one and it will let all the air out, or if you unscrew this big one, it lets all the air out. Just unscrew that one. It has a diaphragm which keeps the air in and lets you add air without it coming back out. It has two bladders. It has an air bladder on this side which comes to here, and then the new bladder starts here and goes to there. So you've got two air bladders, which is really good for safety. If one goes out, you can still float with one. Also, the seat itself is a flotation. The seat is a flotation device. It has these straps which keeps the seat from going too far back. It all boils down to how well you fix these straps here, right here. You know how they slip if you put too much pressure on them. You can double lace them to keep them from slipping. So yeah, nothing bad to say about that. The cargo pouches are huge. They have this little piece of Velcro here, and then you just pull that back to unzip, pull it back forward to zip. It has Velcro. Cup holder is just like on the pontoon, so about good for a water bottle. That's it. Don't bring any big gulp cups, they will not fit. You've got these little rings here. Now, there are all kinds of accessories that go with this, and I do mean all kinds. You can get rod holders, bait stations, just all kinds of stuff. You could deck this thing out if you want to, and if you don't want to buy it, you can make your own. All right, now we're on to launching the float tube. Now, there's not really much technicality to it. The flippers can be a little tricky. It is actually sometimes easier to put them on in the float tube while you're in the water. It depends on your physical condition. If you have nothing wrong with you, then put them on there the crap you want to put them on. I'm sure there's some guy named Scuba Sam out there that wears these things every day and put them on like the Little Mermaid, but not me. I'm very awkward and uncoordinated, so I have a couple of ways that I do it. If you do it while you're on the beach or sand, you're going to get sand all in them, but it does wash out if you go out. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop a seat. I'm going to try to do this where you can see it. Now you just sit down like you're sitting at home in the recliner. There you go. Now what I am just above ankle deep. I'm gonna grab my flippers. And again, I'm gonna try to do this with one hand. Slide that flipper on, like so. Push it all the way up on my foot. Grab the strap. And just slide it on. Now, I'm gonna grab the other flipper. And again, just slide it on the foot, like so. Dance it down. That's it. Flippers are on. Okay, so this is my tray. So what I did, took a piece of PVC pipe, painted it black. I've used it a lot, so it's kind of wore off. But just simply put some spacers so that it's got a little bit of distance from the tray itself. Bought this tray at Walmart. Honestly, I think I got 2 for $5. Drilled some holes in it for drainage, and then just took screws and drilled through this all the way through that spacer, and then attached it to this. Now, all you do is you slide it into here. It fits in. Then you just come on this side. You have to spread the tube apart just a little bit and fit it up into its little slots. And then you just lower it down. There you go. You got your fishing tray. You can set your worms and whatever, your tackle, whatever you want here. Now, one thing I do recommend is, even though you got flippers, is to have an oar, paddle, whatever you want to call it. It's very important. The flippers will, I mean, you can manipulate the flippers to your direction. Oh, thank you. You can manipulate the flippers a little bit and change your course of direction, but for the most part, you need this paddle to kind of just a little bit on this side, a little bit on that side, to just change your direction. Now I want to get myself away from, so I'm just going to walk myself out to a little bit deeper, like this, and turn myself at an angle, and start giving myself a little bit of paddle. Now I'm out in decently deep water, and take the paddle and correct my course, because the current is pulling me right into the stream. And that's what a paddle comes in handy for. Alright, so I'm going to bait my hook. And this is one of the issues that maybe if you wanted to put a anchor on, you might be better off. And that is, while I'm baiting, the wind is taking me anywhere it wants. And basically, once I get baited, I'm going to have to readjust my entire position, which is completely aggravating. But it's part of it. See, now I'm going to have to readjust, like so. Turn myself around. No. Position again. Now, just to be perfectly honest, the wind is terrible. We've got a storm incoming, so naturally we're gonna have some winds coming with it. So this is one of the downsides to the float tube. It can be annoying, I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh I'll be honest, it gets really annoying having to reposition, do this. And basically, I will. Now I'm going to try to move myself with just my flippers. I'm having a hard time doing it, so I'm going to flip myself around like that. Get away from this tree. Caught up on my float. Alright, so now let's try this again. And I got one. Let's try to get in the tree. See what I got. Oh, that's pretty. I don't know what everybody else calls them. I'm from the hills, and we call these sun granny. And I have watched plenty of YouTube videos of fishing, and everybody calls them everything under the sun. But pretty fish. And I've watched some videos where they eat those. To me, that's a little small. I don't know how my luck's going to be today, so I don't want to waste. So if I catch a bigger one, I will keep it. There we go. Now we're going to be making our way back. So basically, you just turn around like so. Like I said, you can kind of use your flippers as directions. It's a little tricky, but you can do it. And I'm just going to walk myself back. Now the key is, just like I said, to walk yourself back. So what you'll do is you'll paddle as far into the shallows as you can, and then when you start hitting the ground, just kind of dig your heels in. Keep the end of the flipper on the front upwards, and just kind of walk on your heels backwards. Now, to remove this tray, it's reverse the same process as putting it on. You just simply take your leg and push outward on the float tube itself, on the outer tube part there, like that, and then it just pops right out. It's pretty easy. Then you just pull the other end out and just lay the tray to the side. It's a pretty good setup. Now, once the tray's out of the way, then you need to remove your flippers. The less you walk on these things, the better off you are. So you're better off just removing them before you even get out of the water. Not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying you're just better off. And you just pull the back strap off your heel, just slide them right off. Then once you've slid them off, just tuck them out of the way. And then I push the tube a little farther up on the sand here to get out of the water. And then just stand up. And that's it. Now I will tell you this, you do get wet. I've had it fully inflated. I've tried different ways, but water does come up onto your lap. So in the colder months, you might want to wear some waders. You're not completely out of the water. Water does come up and get your pants wet. But in the summer, it feels kind of good. Now, one of the reasons that I come up with this setup was mainly because the pontoon got a little bit small for me and Macy as she got older. So I wanted to try a float tube, And this was a good way to get both inflatables out on the water at the same time. Just take one out. And you know, a float tube, it's just pretty much a lazy man's river. That's all it is. Just gives you a new way of fishing. And I enjoy it. I really do. And this one sets you up a little bit higher out of the water. Now here I am reattaching it to the pontoon. All you do is just snap these rings back in, tighten them up. The piece of paracord I got stretched across helps you keep stationary, and it really don't move around a lot. Like I said, she sits in it as we troll across the lake, and we've had no problems whatsoever, and I've took this thing out a lot. You can see me doing the other side here. Like I said, just snap it in and tighten it up. And another measure of stability is the tray that I created. Once you put it in, it pushes the float tube sides out, which kind of makes it more rigid and keeps it held in place, just like that. Now, I really enjoy it. I really have. I think I paid $180 some for it, somewhere in that range, and it's worth it. The outer shell of it is really durable. I've hit stumps, rocks, all kinds of stuff, logs sticking up in the water, sticks, and it has not bothered it at all. And it holds its air really good. And I've had it now for about 2 years, or about a little over a year, and it's held up really nice. Here we are trolling across the lake. I got a 44-pound trolling motor pushing it, and as you can see, it's going through the water with no problem. It don't create a lot of drag. She sits in it just fine. She dangles her feet down sometimes in the water. It's just when we're trying to get from one end of the lake to the other, I tell her to hold them up so we get across faster. But if it's something you like, try it out. Go take a look at the Classic Accessory float tube. See if it's something you're interested in. And if it is, buy it. Try it. Well, that about finishes it up. I appreciate you sticking around, and I appreciate you watching. And hopefully, I'll see you later. you.